Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present. And that's what you have right here. A full 162 game season plus. And I say plus because this regular season is over. It's time for the playoffs. We've advanced past the division series. It is now time for the National League Championship Series. Game 3 between the Hollywood Avengers and the Milwaukee Brewers. MCU has a 2-0 lead. Two lefties on the mound facing each other. Chris Pratt versus Madison Bumgarner. Let's go to the calendar. As you can see, it's 3 games in Milwaukee and until returning for Game 6 and Game 7, if necessary, back at Crosley Field, the home ballpark for the Hollywood Avengers. So let's rock and roll. Let's play Game 3 of the NLCS. Oh, yeah. Make sure I'm plugged in. I am. Let's go. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team wearing our banana outfits at Miller Park. I do not like the MLB Network broadcast style. I like the show theme. Chris Pratt. Everybody looks good. Everybody looks good. Let's rock and roll. These are your lineups. Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And for the entire season, the difficulty setting has been set to All-Star for both hitting and pitching. And I do play-by-play, so hopefully you enjoy the sound of my voice. Otherwise, you won't be sticking around for very long. Live! Let's get ready for some playoff baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Milwaukee Brewers for Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. On the mound for the Brew Crew, Madison Bumgarner making his 3rd start of the postseason. He has no record yet. And leading off for the Hollywood Avengers, Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. He's hitting .542. He has 3 homers, 6 RBIs in the postseason. Hitting from the right side against the lefty, Bumgarner. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. Out in front of the curveball, swinging and a miss, strike 1. Really quickly, options, gameplay. Hitting difficulty is set to All-Star. Pitching difficulty is also set to All-Star. Show that once a game for accountability's sake. Count is no balls, 1 strike to the new Captain America. Ground ball, base hit through the left side. Cut the check for Anthony Mackie. And they start off the ball game the right way here in Miller Park. We're going to get a replay? Yes, we will. So next up is Tom Holland, Spider-Man, second baseman for the Hollywood Avengers. He's injured in Game 2. Day-to-day, he's hitting .316, a home with 2 RBIs. Back for Game 3. And he swings at a high fastball and flies it to shallow center. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers, shortstop Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland's at second, Robert Downey Jr. is at first. The catcher is Mark Ruffalo. Chadwick Boseman's at third, Sebastian Stan is in left, and Dave Bautista's in right. The DH today is Idris Elba, and batting 9th playing center field, Don Cheadle. Robert Downey Jr. hitting .500 for the postseason with 3 home runs. And that is looks like it could be a bloop, but no, the center fielder will run it down for out number 2. Thought it might bloop in there into short right field, but carried to the center fielder. So there are 2 away, and up steps the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. Mark is hitting .263. He has no homers this postseason, but he does have 7 RBIs. Runner at first, 2 down here in Game 3. Fouls off the fastball, 91 on the radar gun. Strike 1. Mark Ruffalo hit 37 homers during the regular season, drove 142 runs. Curveball finds the outside corner. Count is quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes to Mark Ruffalo. Joe McDonald is the home plate umpire. Mackie leads off first. Here's the 0-2. And he pulls the cut fastball down the left field line, out of play. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. And again out in front of the cutter. Pulls it foul. The at-bat will continue. 2 outs, runner leads off first. No score here in the top of the first inning. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Strike him out, throw him out. Side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of a half inning. Here at Miller Park, Game 3 of the NLCS. No score. Brew Crew coming to bat. So on the mound for the Hollywood Avengers, Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. During the regular season, he was 16-6. Left-handed pitcher. Leading off for the Brewers, Alan Trammell, 333, 3 homers, 5 RBIs during the postseason. Comes first pitch from Peter Quill. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by Mackey, throws to first, in time. 1 pitch, 1 away, cut the check. Starting lineup for the Brewers, Alan Trammell's at short, Jeff McNeil's at second, Lou Gehrig at first, Luis Gonzalez at left. Reggie Jackson is in right, Mitch Haniger is the DH, Rafael Devers is at third, Roberto Perez is the catcher, and at center field, batting ninth, Brian Buxton. Jeff McNeil, the second baseman, from 250, he has 3 RBIs. Comes the pitch, 1 out, base is empty. Pops it up, in foul territory, Black Panther makes the catch, 2 pitches, 2 away. Here in the bottom of the first. Postseason bracket, as you can see on the right side, the blue side, that is the National League side. The Avengers have a 2-0 lead in the best of 7. The Cleveland Indians in the American League Championship Series have a 2-0 lead on the Seattle Mariners. So, 2 outs, base is empty. Lou Gehrig, 355, a homer, 6 RBIs. Steps up, legendary New York Yankee from the 1930s. Fastball in there, strike 196 on the radar gun. Count is 0-1. Looked like it was inside. No, wait. They called it a ball. Looked like it was a strike, but count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pratt looked vexed. Ground ball, base hit through the box. Big turn, he's going for 2. The throw to second is in time. So it's a single and thrown out at second to retire the side. He tries to take that second base. End of 1, no score here in Game 3 of the NLCS. So we go to the top of the second. Up steps Chadwick Boseman, 455, 5 RBIs. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Chadwick is the third baseman on the Hollywood Avengers. That's a hard ground ball up the middle, fielded by Jeff McNeil. Nice off-balance throw for out number 1. Defensive alignment in the outfield for the Brewers, Luis Gonzalez, Byron Buxton, and Reggie Jackson. And in the infield from third over is Rafael Devers, Alan Trammell, Jeff McNeil, Lou Gehrig with Roberto Perez behind home plate. Those are the Milwaukee Brewers on defense. Next up, Sebastian Stan hitting 400, a homer, 5 RBIs. He plays the Winter Soldier in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Pitches outside for ball 1. Welcome to the live stream, King Sonic. Thank you for showing up for Game 3. I appreciate your presence. Have a happy New Year. And he pops it up down the left field line, out of play. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. No score here in the top of the second inning. That's a line drive. It's going to dunk in there for a base hit to center. Big turn, but he will hold it first. It's a 1-out single for Bucky Barnes. Next up, Drax the Destroyer hitting 273 in the playoffs. Quick throw to first. Gets past him, but keeps it in front of him somehow. I think maybe he might have hit the base, might have hit Sebastian Stan. I'm not sure. Regardless, he remains at first. Swing and miss at the fastball count. No balls, 1 strike. Bautista, 273, no homers, 2 RBIs in the playoffs. Big lead at first. Bumgarner throws to first. He's down. So the Avengers have a 2-0 lead. Should they win today is a key game, they will have a 3-0 lead. 3 wins to no losses, which would mean that Brewers in there, strike two, counts quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes on Bautista. Which means the Brewers would have to win 4 straight in order to make the World Series after losing 3 straight. So it's rarely ever done. So this is a very important game for the Brewers to win. It's their first game at home. They would get the series back to 2-1. So, crucial game for the Brewers. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Check this pitch. Changeup is low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stan leads off first. Ground ball off the glove of him, flips it to Bumgarner, covering. Nice recovery, 2-away. Runner moves over to second. So Gehrig didn't field it cleanly, but he was able to keep it in front of him and then just flip it over to Happy New Year, King Sonic. So 2 outs. Up steps Idris Elba, 250, 1 RBI. Runner in scoring position where a single could break this scoreless tie. Let's see what happens. Misses outside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Sebastian Stan leads off second. Here's the pitch. And he pops it up in the infield. Charging is Gehrig. He calls for it in front of the mound. Makes the catch to retire at the side. So 1.5 complete here in Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. No score. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Luis Gonzalez. For the postseason, he's hitting 200 with 5 RBIs. Star-Lord deals. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. So Luis Gonzalez with his late on the fastball, lines it out of play. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Luis Gonzalez is this year's National League Most Valuable Player, as voted by the video game. Just gets a piece of the knuckleball to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Fouls it back. Bottom of the second, no score in Game 3 of the NLCS. Swing and a miss out in front of the circle change. Struck him out swinging. There is 1 away. That's the first strikeout of the game for Star-Lord. Here's the replay. 2 more wins, and the Hollywood Avengers reach the World Series. 2 more wins. Next up, Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, hitting .310 in the playoffs. Fouls it back, 96 on the radar gun, strike 1. He has 1 homer and 5 RBIs. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, the knuckler. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls off the high fastball. Count remains 0-2. Reggie Jackson played for the Oakland A's in the 70s and in the late 70s, early 80s, the New York Yankees. Swing and a miss, struck him out, 2-away. 2 straight strikeouts for Chris Pratt. Next up, DH Mitch Haniger, 231, a homer, 2 RBIs in the postseason. Here comes the pitch. Look low, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 0-1. Misses off the plate with the changeup. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Knuckler floats in there for strike 2. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grounder up the middle, charging is Mackey. Throws, scooped out of the dirt by Tony Stark, and the side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Chris Pratt. After 2 innings of baseball, Game 3, no score. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Up steps Don Cheadle, War Machine, or James Rhodes. He's hitting 286 with 3 RBIs in the playoffs. Here's a pitch from Bumgarner. And it's a two-hopper to the shortstop. Alan Trammell throws to first in time. One pitch, run away. Welcome to Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. This is a playoff game. It is the National League Championship Series Game 3 with the Avengers up 2-0. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackie singled in the first. Last workout done of 2021, says the Outlander. That's what I plan to do right after this game ends. Pitches outside ball one. Get it in a workout. Maybe take a nap before the ball drops tonight. We'll see what happens. Count as 1 ball, no strikes. That's a line drive to right, but playable for Reggie Jackson. There are 2 away. Next up, Tom Holland. 1 for 6 in this series. 0 for 1 today. That's a deep drive headed towards the left center field gap, and it will make itself all the way to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Spider-Man, Spider-Man. It's a 2-out double for Tom Holland. I need a sip of water. Hopefully they show us a replay. Let's have it. Bang. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. 0 for 1 today with a flyout. Runner in scoring position, 2 away. Pops it upstairs behind home plate for strike 1. Holland leads off second. And he just gets a piece of the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. During the regular season, Tony Stark hit .305. He had 26 homers and 107 RBIs. Strike 3 called. He thought it was high. Nevertheless, it's called strike 3, and the side is retired. Madison Bumgarner. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 2.5. Still no score in Game 3 of the NLCS. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps the third baseman, Rafael Devers, hitting .320. He has a homer and 4 RBIs in the postseason. Here's a pitch from Pratt. Dueling left-handers. Fastball in there, strike 1. The difference between these 2 pitchers is Chris Pratt has a Class A fastball that breaks 95. Madison Bumgarner, at this point in his career, gets it done with the low 90s fastball. Knuckleball inside, count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Pratt, 16-game winner during the regular season. And that's a drive towards the right center field gap. Check that, it's the right center field corner, I apologize. And it will be a lead-off double for Rafael Devers here in the bottom of the third. Pressure is on the Brew Crew to get a win here in Game 3 and get this series to 2-1. Because if they go down 3-0, you know how hard it is to come back from a 3-0 deficit in a 7-game series. So runner in scoring position for the catcher, the number 8 hitter today, Roberto Perez, hitting a .192 in the playoffs. Fastball in there, strike 1. Knuckler floats in there, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Perez. Jams him, fouls it back, count remains 0-2. Brew Crew fans have their terrible towels out and waving. Swing and a miss, the inside fastball. Struck him out swinging as 1 away. Third strikeout of the game for Star-Lord. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? I mean, I think it was too close to take. It might have been inside. So 1 out, up steps Byron Buxton, first at-bat of the postseason. Tries to bunt his way on, and I don't think it's going to work. Barehanded by Tommy Holland, throws to first. There are 2 away. Runner moves to third. There's a bunt for a base hit. He hit it too hard. So 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Go ahead run 90 feet from home plate. Up steps the leadoff man, Alan Trammell, who is 0 for 1. It's a key at bat. Inside corner, strike 1. 97 on the radar gun. In there with the cut fastball, count quickly no balls and 2 strikes from Pratt. Line drive to left. Caught by the Winter Soldier to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 4 innings of play. No, check that, 3 innings of play, pardon me. Still no score here in Game 3. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps the Incredible Hulk. Struck out in the first. He is 0 for 1. Madison deals. Outside corner with the cut fastball. Count is 0-1. Change up inside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Ruffalo. Curveball inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Leadoff man here in the top of the 4th inning. Ground ball up the middle. Ground ball with eyes. Leadoff single for Mark Ruffalo here in the top of the 4th inning. Didn't hit it hard, but it made its way through the middle. Sometimes you need luck more than skill, that's for sure. So, next up is T'Challa, Black Panther, who grounded out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball. Count is 0-1. Ruffalo leads off first. Nobody out here in the 4th. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, and the count to Bozeman is 0-2. Not a lot of speed at first base. Fastball low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Madison Bumgarner has lots and lots of postseason experience. So what you don't get in fastball speed, you get in savvy.
Nope, that's the ball.
Change up misses outside. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bozeman. Ground ball to the 3rd baseman. 5, 4, 3. Double play. And there are 2 away here in the top of the 4th.
Now batting. Number 16.
Next up is Sebastian Stan, who singled in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. 2 outs, bases empty. Misses with the cutter. Ball 1. In 87 games, he hit .312, playing mostly in left field. Jams him, pops it up. It may dunk in there. It will not. Run down by the center fielder, Byron Buxton, to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, none left on at the end of 3.5. It's no score here in Game 3, pivotal Game 3 of the NLCS. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps McNeil, the 2nd baseman, who popped out in the 1st inning. 0 for 1. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Strike 1. Ground ball backhanded by Tony Stark. Flips it to Star-Lord covering for the first out. Next up, legendary Lou Gehrig, who singled in his first at-bat. Legendary New York Yankee. Misses inside with the fastball, ball 1. And that ball is deep, and no one's going to get it. That's a 1-0 lead for Milwaukee here in Game 3. Gehrig's first homer of the postseason. And it's a 1-0 advantage for the Brewers. Bang. Next up, reigning most valuable player in the National League, Luis Gonzalez, who struck out in the first inning. Misses inside with the fastball, ball 1. Hitting only a $194 in the playoffs so far. Hard ground ball to the 2nd baseman. Fields, fires, got him. Yes, Mr. Outlander, that certainly was, but he is Lou Gehrig, so we have to expect that every once in a while. 2 away, and up steps Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. People call him Mr. October because of his heroics in the 1977 and 1978 World Series for the New York Yankees against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Fastball looked like a strike, called a ball by the home plate umpire. Reggie in this fictional franchise had 31 homers this season in only 112 games.
No, that's down.
Low, 2 balls, no strikes. This is Avengers Playoff Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It's a 1-0 lead for Milwaukee in Game 3 of the NLCS. 3-0 count to Reggie Jackson. Will he have the green light on 3-0? Let's see. Throwing it right down the middle. And he does. He has the green light on 3-0 and swings at a bad pitch. So hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that one's gone. Reggie Jackson, solo shot, upper deck, right field. 2-0 Milwaukee. Oh no! Here's the replay. Oof. So 2 outs, 2-0 lead. Mitch Haniger steps to the plate, the designated hitter. Base is empty. Line drive, base hit to right. Throw from the outfield. It's a 2-out single for Haniger to right field. Here's the replay. Just served it between first and second. And as Rafael Devers steps up to the plate, the pitching coach will take a stroll out to the mound to talk to Chris Pratt, calm him down. So Mr. Outlander says that he's going to sub, but he's wondering if I have other games. Well, for instance, I'm doing another live stream called Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is an action-adventure game. It's open world. I tentatively nicknamed my Assassin's Creed playthrough as Ivor the Clean Shaven. And in order to know why he's called the Clean Shaven, you have to check out my live stream in order to know. It's got action-adventure, conversation wheels, choices. It's got cutscenes. It's got collectibles. It's really great. I would suggest you check it out. So anyway, thank you, Mr. Outlander. By the way, Mr. Outlander has a really great live streaming channel of his own. I would suggest you check it out. So here's Rafael Devers. Fastball misses inside, and the umpire's not giving him the corners. He seems to be tightening up that strike zone on Chris Pratt. Fouls off the circle change, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouls it back behind home plate, out of play. Count is 1 and 2 on Rafael. Ground ball to the third baseman, throws to first in time, and the side is retired. But 2 solo homers here in the bottom of the 4th inning gives Milwaukee a 2-0 lead in Game 3 of the NLCS. Thank you for watching. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Dave Bautista, who grounded out in the first. Bumgarner, 4 shutout innings. That's a line drive to center. Playable for Buxton. 1 pitch went away. Next up, the DH Idris Elba. He plays Hemdall in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the Thor franchise. 1 out, top of the 5th. And deep but foul. Strike 1. Ground ball, first base side, backhanded by Gehrig, takes it himself, and there are quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Number 10.
Next up, Don Cheadle, War Machine, switch hitter batting from the right side. He's 0 for 1 today. They needed a good start from Madison Bumgarner today, and they are getting it. Down 0-2 in a 7-game series. This is what they needed. Ground ball again to the first baseman. Fields takes it himself. Quick 1-2-3 inning after 4.5 here in Game 3 of the NLCS. It's Milwaukee 2 and the Avengers nothing. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. Up steps the catcher, Roberto Perez, who's 0 for 1. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Ground ball picked up by the pitcher. Throws to first, in time, 1 away. Initially, he bobbled it, but he knew that he had a very slow catcher running down the first base line. No reason to rush the throw. So with 1 away, up steps Byron Buxton. As to Outlander, still can't believe you streamed for almost 4 hours last night. No, actually, I streamed for 3. I streamed for 2 hours and 55 minutes. It felt like 4 hours because I'm sure I was wearing people out. First, a bunt for a base hit from Buxton goes foul, strike 1. What I do is I also I trimmed it today. After 12 hours after being on YouTube, it allows me to trim the video. So I cut maybe about half hour, 45 minutes of running around out of it. So it should be just over 2 hours now. But yes, it was definitely a long stream. Pitches outside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike to Buxton. Here's the pitch from Starwood. Swing and a miss, the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out, 2 away. Inside fastball, strikeout number 4 from Chris Pratt. Here's the replay. Next up, Alan Trammell, who is 0 for 2. Base is empty, 2 outs. In there, strike 1. Oh, I thought it said 3 hours and 53 minutes, but it was good. I was there doing dishes and chores. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate it. No, it was 2:53, not 3:53, but definitely a long one for me. Although, to be honest with you, earlier in the month, backhanded by Spidey, plenty of time, over to first to retire the side. Happy New Year, Sing Venus Unicorn. It's an official ball game. 5 innings complete in Game 3. 2-0 Milwaukee. Will they take Game 3 and turn this into a series once again? We shall see. As I was saying, Mr. Outlander, as the 6th inning begins and Anthony Mackie steps up to the plate as 1 for 2. Earlier on, what I was doing was I was streaming for a long period of time. Fouls it off, strike 1. I was streaming, but I was breaking up the stream, turning it off, turning it back on, turning it off, turning it back on. So I don't know if I've done 3 hours previously, but I definitely did like 2 hours and turned it into 2 or even 3 videos. I've decided to stop doing that. I'm just going to do 1 video a day. Slow bouncer to the third baseman. Devers fields, fires, got him. 1 away. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 2-0 Milwaukee. Up next is Spider-Man, who had a double in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 2. He missed Game 2 of this series with a nagging injury. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. But he's back here in Game 3. Had a double. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with baseball, a 7-game series means that the team that wins 4 games first makes it to the next round. So you basically have to win 4 out of 7 in order to advance. So 2-1 count to Holland. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. Here's the pitch from Bumgarner. Line drive over the third baseman's head. It is a 1-out single for Spider-Man, Spider-Man. When I first started, I would do Fortnite for 2.5 hours. It was horrible. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. So, runner at first for Tony Stark, who's 0 for 2 today. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Madison Bumgarner. Swing and a miss out in front of the curveball, strike 1. I need that 10-minute break to pee, says the Outlander. I hear you. I totally agree. Although I have to admit, I'm really enjoying Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's not a grind to play it for 3 hours. At the 3-hour mark is when I start to get tired. Happy New Year. And he skies it to left. There is Gonzalez for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And up steps The Incredible Hulk, who had a single in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. He does not have a home run yet in the postseason. Oh, he picks him off. Holland throws, goes to second. He is out. Caught stealing, out at second. Side retired. End of 5.5. Milwaukee 2. Hollywood Avengers nothing. This is game 3 of the NLCS. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Jeff McNeil, who's 0 for 2. Popped out, grounded out. Comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. Chris Pratt has pitched well. He gave up 2 solo home runs in this game. He's only given up 2 runs and we're in the 6th inning. Ground ball, base hit through the box. Let me bite my tongue just in case this is the inning where the floodgates open. Leadoff single for Jeff McNeil. As I was saying, you give up 2 runs in 6 innings, but if your team doesn't score any runs, it doesn't really matter. Here's the replay. Next up, Lou Gehrig, 2 for 2. Pops it up, third base side, foul ball. Mr. Outlander says, when I hit 1K subscribers, I did a 5-hour stream of Fortnite and a PSN card giveaway every hour. It was all so horrible. I have to be honest with you, it sounds horrible. Knuckleball floats in there to Lou Gehrig, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. Here's the pitch. And he serves it to left, slicing out of play. Count will remain 0-2. Fastball low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls the fastball back behind home plate. The at-bat will continue. Gehrig has so far been a thorn in Star-Lord's side today. And it looks like it might continue. He's playing him deep, charging in. He's going to get in there for a hit. And it gets over his head. And they'll take an extra base. So it'll be runners at second and third. It's going to probably be a double because the center fielder, Don Cheadle, never came in contact with the ball. Watch the replay. It should have been first and second, but the ball hops off the hard turf. Yes, it looks like, look at this, right over his head. It looks like grass, but it's actually a fake kind of turf that looks like grass. 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. The manager is going to go to the bullpen and get some people up. Sam Jackson is going to warm up, and Bradley Cooper is going to warm up. And the manager is going to go to the mound and talk to Star-Lord and say, listen, calm down. Let's try to limit the damage. I know your confidence is high. Let's get this done. Ground ball through. It's a base hit. A 2-run single for the lead RBI guy. It's a 4-0 lead for Milwaukee here in the top bottom of the 6th. Oh God, what a rough pitch. Ground ball with eyes up the middle. Out of the reach of Anthony Mackie. It's now a 4-run lead here in Game 3. Dreams of a 4-game sweep are starting to evaporate in my head. Next up, Reggie Jackson. Fastball in there, strike 1. Fouls off the knuckleball, strike 2. Runner at first, nobody out, 0-2 count to Reggie. Couldn't get around on the fastball, slices it, foul. Count remains 0-2. Again, fouls back to fastball, 96 on the radar gun. Deep fly ball to left, slicing near the line. There is the Winter Soldier to make the catch for out number 1. So it's 4-0 Milwaukee, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. MCU leads the series 2-0 in the best-of-7 series. This is a pivotal game. Sometimes a team will go down 0-2 and then win the next 2 games and tie the series at 2 apiece. Next up, Mitch Haniger. In there, strike 1. Fouls off the knuckleball, strike 2. Swing and miss the fastball way out in front, strike 3. And there are 2 away. That's Chris Pratt's 5th strikeout of the game. So third baseman Rafael Devers steps up to the plate. He had a double in the third inning. You did say the MCU in 5, Mr. Outlander, but I wanted to prove you wrong. I wanted it to be in 4. I want to sweep. These are the Avengers, after all. One for 2 with a double for Rafael Devers. Runner leads off first. 2 away. Goes after the high fastball, fouls it back. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to Rafael. Ground ball, fielded, tosses it to second for the force to retire the side. But a 2-run single by Luis Gonzalez gives them a 4-0 lead at the end of the 6 innings of play. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Madison Bumgarner is working on a shutout. Leading off is the Incredible Hulk, 1 for 2 with a single. Led the Avengers in RBIs with 142 during the regular season. Fastball high, ball 1. Bumgarner's 6 shutout innings, still on the mound. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Nope.
3-0. Will he have the green light on 3-0? Chadwick Boseman is on deck. He will not have the green light on 3-0. I'm not swinging on 3-0. Pitch is high, but called a strike. 3-1 count. With a 4-run deficit, you need base runners anyway, so should take pitches. But not that time. It's deep, but playable. In front of the warning track, the left fielder Gonzalez makes the catch 1 away. Got under it a little bit.
Now batting. Number 12.
Next up, Chadwick Boseman, 0 for 2. The late, great Chadwick Boseman. Bouncer to the shortstop. Fields, fires, got him. 2 away. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Now batting. Number 15.
Next up, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, 1 for 2 with a single. 13 homers in only 87 games during the regular season. A little late on the fastball, strike 1. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Line drive, it is going to be inside that left field line for a ground rule double. No, check that. I'm sorry. It's still in the field of play. So it'll be a 2-out double for Sebastian Stan. It's only a ground rule double when it leaves the field of play into the stands and it was rattling around in that left field corner. So pardon me. Here's a replay. Love this angle. Bang. Next up, Drax the Destroyer. Brewers bullpen is active. Just gets a piece of the curveball, fouls it back, strike 1. Dave is 0 for 2 today. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Line drive, base hit through the box. Rounding third and heading home is Sebastian Stan. That'll be an RBI single for Drax the Destroyer. Dave Bautista puts the Avengers on the board. It's 4-1, Milwaukee. Nice 2-out clutch base hit from the right fielder. Here's a replay. Almost takes Madison Bumgarner's head off. So next up is Idris Elba. 2 right-handers warming in the Milwaukee bullpen. Idris is 0 for 2. Breaking ball misses outside, ball 1. Bautista leads off first. Big lead. Pitch is low, checked his swing, count is 2 balls and no strikes. If I haven't said it already, Happy New Year, everybody. Jams him, but it may dunk in there for a hit. No, it's going to be run down. No, dunks in there for a hit in front of Brian Buxton. I'll be honest with you, I thought he had a chance to make the play. He should have made a diving catch. Didn't make the attempt, allowed it to dunk in front of him. Watch this replay. That's a terrible play by the center fielder. Should have went for it. Got to get the uniform dirty when you're in the NLCS. 2-1, tying run comes to the plate. Don Cheadle takes pitch high for ball 1. I mean, because he didn't make that dive, Now the tying run comes to the plate here at the top of the 7th for the Avengers. Swinging and a miss out in front of the cut fastball. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 left-handers now warming in the Brewers bullpen. Taylor Rogers and Tim Meza getting loose. Runners lead off first and second. 2 outs. And that looks like it might dunk in there. No, it will not. Nice over-the-shoulder catch in no man's land from McNeil to retire the side. He just saved at least a run. Let's get up and stretch, folks. It's time for the 7th inning stretch here in Game 3 of the NLCS. Milwaukee leads by 3 runs. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Chris Pratt still out there. Roberto Perez is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the knuckleball, strike 2. Line drive, base hit up the box. It's a leadoff single for the catcher. He's 1 for 3 today. Next up, Byron Buxton, who's probably going to try to bunt for a base hit. We need to keep an eye on for that. High fastball in there, strike 1. Byron is 0 for 2 today. Misses outside with the circle change. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the cut fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Buxton, the center fielder. Line drive, foul. Just gets a piece. The Outlander Show, LOL, my son just said that I want to be like Tom Brady. I have mixed emotions about that one. I completely understand Mr. Outlander. But, you know, I mean, listen, he has to chart his own course. Deep drive. Back goes the Winter Soldier at the track, leaping. It's Gonzo. It's a 2-run home run for Byron Buxton. It's a 6-1 lead for the Milwaukee Brewers here in Game 3. Oh, not what I was hoping for today. Here's the replay. Oh, no. Alan Trammell steps up. Chris Pratt's getting tired. Pop up. Right center field gap. There is Bautista for out number 1. So it's a 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Number 6.
Up next, Jeff McNeil is 1 for 3. Fastball, strike 1. This is not the start that Chris Pratt was imagining when he got out of bed this morning. However, it is a 7-game series for a reason. Caught. Line drive by Spider-Man 2 away. Next up, Lou Gehrig, 3 for 3. A single, a double, a home run. He's a triple away from the cycle. Deep drive down the left field line, slicing out of play for strike 1. Grounder to second. Fielded by Holland, throws to first, and the side is retired. 7 innings complete. A 2-run home run by leadoff man. Check that. The number 9 hitter, Byron Buxton. And at the end of 7, it's the Brewers 6, the Avengers 1 in Game 3 of the NLCS. Before Anthony Mackie leads off, the manager is going to go to the bullpen. He's going to see that there are 2 lefties and a righty. Sam Jackson, and he's scheduled to put Samuel L. Jackson into the game to pitch the 8th. Let's see if we can get some runners on. Anthony Mackie's 1 for 3. Ground ball deep in the hole, short. Mackie not in time. 1 pitch, 1 away. Nice play by Alan Trammell. Next up, Tom Holland, 2 for 3, single and a double today. Here's the pitch from Madison Bumgarner. Slow bouncer to the shortstop. Barehanded throws in time. Gorgeous Gold Glove play. Putting on a clinic over there at shortstop is Alan Trammell. 2 pitches, 2 away. Here in the top of the 8th. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. is 0 for 3 today. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Madison Bumgarner, who's honestly, against this team, is throwing a gem. Hit swings at the first pitch. It could be a 3-pitch inning. Buxton makes the catch to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 6-1 lead for Milwaukee in this pivotal Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. That'll be all for Chris Pratt. Samuel L. Jackson has not pitched well in his only appearance in the postseason, but hopefully he'll do a little better this time. He gets to face Luis Gonzalez, so it's a 2-run single today. Here's the pitch. Screwball low, ball 1. Looked like it might have hit the bottom of the zone, but home plate umpire says it's ball 2. Count as 2 balls and no strikes. Three balls and no strikes. On deck is Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. In there, strike 1. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. Fouls off the 2-seamer. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Luis Gonzalez. Swing and a miss, the curveball. Struck him out, came back from 0-2. Strike him out 3-2. There's 1 away. Here's the replay. So next up is Reggie Jackson. Nick Fury on the mound. Just gets a piece. Strike 1. Reggie had a solo shot in this game. Fouls it off. Strike 2. Count as no balls and 2 strikes to Reggie. Deep drive. Racing over is the center fielder. He's not going to make it. Bounces off the top of the wall. It's a 1-out double for Reggie. Hits it the other way and gives it a ride. A lot of real estate in that left center field gap. Next up, Mitch Haniger. 1 for 3. Pitches low, ball 1. Inside corner with the cut fastball. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, 2-1. Out in front of the screwball. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner leads off second. 6-1 lead for Milwaukee here in Game 3. Just gets a piece. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the matchup for tomorrow, Scarlett Johansson or Black Widow will pitch Game 4 for the Avengers. Could be an important game. A loss in that game ties this 7-game series at 2 games apiece. So things will get real interesting real quick. Mitch Haniger pulls it deep, but fouled on the left field line. Count still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shit'll get real. Line drive to center field. It is a base hit. And Mitch Haniger has himself an RBI single. And the Milwaukee Brewers lead 7-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Next up, Rafael Devers. Just gets a piece. Strike 1. Deep drive. Back goes Cheadle. He makes the catch for out number 2. No advance on the bases. Runner will return to first. So 2 outs, up steps catcher Roberto Perez, who singled, he scored a run, he is 1 for 3. Strike 1. Off the plate, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner leads off first. Swing and a miss with the cut fastball down and in. Count is 1-2. Grounder. Fields. Fires. Scooped. Side is retired. We go to the top of the ninth. Last licks for the Hollywood Avengers. They need 6 runs to tie Game 3. Can they do it? Will it be 3-0 or 2-1? Let's find out. Leading off in the ninth, Mark Ruffalo. Hold on a second. Manager, bullpen. Bradley Cooper and Jeremy Renner is going to stretch and toss, just in case shit goes wild. 6-run lead for the Brewers. Swings at the first pitch and hits it foul, slicing out of play for strike one. They need base runners. Shouldn't be swinging at the first pitch. Inside, no, it's not. It's out into left field, bobbled. He goes to second. The throw to second is not in time. Okay, so it should have been, it was a hard smash past the third baseman. So they didn't give the error to Rafael Devers. But they are giving an error to the left fielder, Luis Gonzalez, because it's a single and then an E7 allowing Ruffalo to get to second. Up next is Chadwick Boseman, runner in scoring position. Swings at a pitch way too high, up in his eyes. Strike one. Again, they're not showing any patience at the plate. Very unlike their first 2 games performance. Inside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Chadwick is 0 for 3 today. They need base runners. Can't hit a 6-run home run. Let's go. Down and in, 2 balls and 1 strike. It's the top of the ninth here in Miller Park for Game 3. Just gets a piece of the fastball in the outside corner. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ruffalo leads off second. Here's the pitch from Madison Bumgarner. And he skies it. Shallow right field. McNeil on the edge of the outfield grass makes the catch for out number 1 here in the ninth. Next up, Sebastian Stan, who's 2 for 3. It's a single and a double today. 1 out. Runner at second. Cut fastball outside, ball 1. Bumgarner has only thrown 80 pitches. So, any thoughts of taking him out really has been very effective today. It's a shallow pop fly to right. Reggie is there, makes the catch, 2 away, and the Avengers are down to their final out of Game 3. Representing the final out of the game is Dave Bautista, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. He's responsible for the only run on the board today, with an RBI single up the middle. Pitch is low, ball 1. Just gets a piece of the cut fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth for Milwaukee. They are 1 out from making this a 2-1 lead. Line drive, foul, strike 2, and the Avengers are down to their final strike of the game. Checked it, or did he check it? Yes, he did, in the dirt. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off second. 7-1 lead for Milwaukee. Here's the pitch. Full count. On deck, Idris Elba. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line drive caught. Oh no, it hits off his glove, and everybody's going to be safe. That was out number 3. If this becomes a comeback, the magnifying glass will be on Jeff McNeil for not ending the game on that line drive. So it's runners at first and third, 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Up steps Idris Elba, who's 1 for 3. Now, it's still a 6-run game. You can't get too excited. Until the tying run comes to the plate, you can't get that excited. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Fouls off the inside fastball. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. to Hemdahl. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is an RBI single for Hemdahl and a 7-2 lead for Milwaukee. He refused to be that last out of the game. Ground ball with eyes.
Number 10.
So next up is Don Cheadle, switch hitter, obviously going to be batting from the left. No, wait. With 2 outs in the ninth, the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers have said, that's enough. Bumgarner, you have a 5-run lead. I know you're responsible for the runners on base. There's no reason to push the envelope. You're eligible for the win. You cannot lose. In relief is Diego Castillo, who's pitched in 5 games in the postseason. His ERA is not very good. He's had 2 save opportunities, and he's blown both of them. Don Cheadle turns around, hits from the left side against the righty, Castillo. And that should do it. Swings at the first pitch, flies it to right. Side retired, ball game over. Milwaukee Brewers win 7-2, and they win Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. So this series is now 2-1, 2-1 in favor of the Hollywood Avengers. The winner, Madison Bumgarner. These are your stats. Milwaukee, 7 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. Hollywood Avengers, 2 runs, 11 hits, no errors. A little bit of celebration on Miller Park's field. Player of the game went 3 for 4 is Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig was 3 for 4, 2 runs, scored a homer. The winner is Madison Bumgarner, 1-0 in the playoffs. Chris Pratt, or Star-Lord, was the loser. He was 0-1, not up to the challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit the post game and confirm the exit and show you what the situation is around the league, the playoff bracket, before I end the live stream. Again, this is Avengers baseball. The Avengers have a 2-1 lead in a best-of-7 National League Championship Series after losing Game 3, 7-2. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. As you can see, Game 4 will be Freddie Peralta from Milwaukee against Scarlett Johansson or Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson was 12-7 during the regular season. And then most likely Thor Odinson for Game 5 if necessary. But it is now necessary. These 2 games will be played. So at very least there will be a 5-game series with the Avengers up now 2-1. Provided that they're necessary, there'll be a day off, and then Game 6 or Game 7 will be played at home at Crosley Field. So let's go back to this playoff bracket very quickly. Actually, let's advance one day. Let's click this and advance sim through this date. That puts us back in here. It looks like not much has changed. The blue side is 2-1 MCU. The red side, which is the American League, is tied 2-0. Cleveland Indians versus the Seattle Mariners in their attempt to advance as the American League pennant winner. And here's the matchup. Freddie Peralta versus Scarlett Johansson. I will try to play that tomorrow. Tomorrow is New Year's Day. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, because let's face it, everybody just hangs out at home and eats food and doesn't really do anything on New Year's Day. New Year's Eve is the holiday, watching the ball drop, but New Year's Day, everybody just relaxes. So I'm pretty sure Game 4 of the National League Championship Series will be tomorrow on New Year's Day. But, you know, things can happen. You never know. In any event, I want to say a big thank you to the Outlander. I want to say thank you to King Sonic. Thank you to Sing Venus Unicorn and anybody else who might have been watching. I sincerely appreciate you. This season has been so much fun. Thanks for being there for the long haul, or if you just popped in today for the first time, welcome. I am RC Robbin. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon. I'll talk to you again tomorrow for Game 4. Have a great day.